Hi, my name is Rose. This is my poem, Mortification of the Flesh. You give me 5 minutes. This is the countdown. You have better places to be, things to do, dishes with rotting food on your countertops. I can't tell you in 5 minutes what it's like to live life so deeply that every sore ever inflicted or received has carved its way into my bones. I can't tell you when I engraved each of the veiny scars on my left wrist with my right hand holding a knife, a pair of scissors, a razor blade. I wouldn't want to make you feel an aloneness so bleak that even the blank, black canvas begins to crumble and decay. I would never want to do that. So how about instead I tell you this? I recently had a real-life dream where it seemed I stumbled and grabbed onto the man nearest me to keep from falling. Someone called the cops. Did she hit you? They asked. She grabbed onto me, he said. I was led outside to be handcuffed in the street, where it seemed like hundreds of merry festival-goers stopped to stare. There were several black men standing guard next to me while I was being shackled. If she was black, you'd have her on the ground already, one of them said. I was nudged forward to the police car and guided to the back seat. The gaping faces were a blur as the car made a wide turn to exit the street party. My eyes reached upward, seeking open sky. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Bars always cut the view. He's on the fence, people sometimes say about a politician. Well, why don't we take the fucking fence down? Do you feel safer with me on this side and you on that side? Do you feel safer with the black family in a crowded, crumbling apartment struggling to buy groceries on the other side of the tracks while you speed by on the freeway on your way to buy cocaine from their young son, who will one day get caught and spend 15 years in prison? Upon release, he'll have a first-degree felony on his record. No one wants to hire someone like that. But you don't need to worry about that. You're on your way to a club where scantily clad ladies like to hump your leg, huge-pupiled and fast-talking while you suggest the things you might do to them later in some cheap motel room somewhere. But I'm telling my story, not yours or theirs or his, but mine. And my story is that I spent 7 days in Santa Rita Jail in Alameda County, California, in a gray, shapeless suit with a giant P on the back. It's fitting, too, since sometimes I like to call myself Master P, meaning Master Princess. This time it was Master Jail Princess. My cellmate was a woman coming down roughly from heroin, her sharp, sweaty body jerked uncomfortably. I suggested she cry or moan or allow herself some sort of audible release. I showed her how I sometimes flail my limbs about recklessly, flinging off the agony of living with a spirit that resents being confined to a body with suffocating limitations. After a day or two, I asked if she'd let me hold her, and she agreed. So I crawled down from my bunk to hers and stretched out behind her, enveloping her body with my own. I took deep, measured breaths and tried to infuse her with as much relentless, sweet adoration as I could muster. Anything I could do seemed less than what she deserved. Infinite. Afterward, she thanked me and admitted she never let anyone hold her like that. Not even her boyfriend, who was full of broken promises, but at least provided a place to sleep and a plate of food. Do you love yourself? Was one of the first things I asked her when we met. She answered yes so quickly and firmly I wanted to believe her, and I was satisfied for a moment. But as the moments hurled forward and I learned the ways she'd been torn to pieces and left in fluttering tatters, I knew her love had been buried and all but forgotten. In a way, I'd like to understand this urge to create barriers. Some call it safety, others security. If you merge back into me, you might lose yourself altogether. If you merge back into yourself, you might find nothing but a sticky, muddy confusion. But I am sure at the bottom of it all, you will find a brilliant, flaming core capable of dreams and realities beyond anything you could even imagine before you are willing to go to that dark place. So are you content to continue existing in willful, blinded restraint? Or would you like to stretch toward the limitless possibility of anything else? Thank you.